right, good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It's Monday, the 3rd day of March, 2025. How are you doing this morning? How was your weekend? Hope you had a great weekend. All rested and stuff. And you're ready to face the challenges of this brand new day, yeah? Nice. And of course, you know, yeah, we do what we do, man. We do what we do because we enjoy what we do, yep.
Sweet Holy Spirit, help me sing how I dance when I feel it. Help me sing.
We've got a quiz for you this morning. Yeah, we've got a quiz. We call it the March 13th quiz. And yeah, you know what we do at that time. We've got the March 13th celebrations. We got the annual quiz, so that is coming up shortly. Don't you go anywhere. No, don't move.
Help me sing. 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 Help me sing.
Holy Spirit, take my soul. Holy Spirit, fill my soul.
And it's time for the word of the day. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. And that word today, that word is prolific. Prolific. It is spelled Prolific. Prolific. And it simply means producing a lot of work or results. Prolific. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The author was prolific, publishing several books a year.
Just like your prophets,
He produced quite a number of books. He was prolific.
let your Holy Ghost fill my soul.
Nice. Good morning, Eggies and Cruz. I understand how to take advantage of them guys yesterday. But you know me with my sick self, I couldn't come here, you know what I'm saying? So all you couldn't beat me, but morning, Nadisha, good morning to you. The motivational tip is up next. Let's hear what it is today.
My God is, my God is, my God is, my God is, my God is worthy to be praised. My God is,
Create a power playlist.
my God is.
Alright, so build a playlist of songs that energize and motivate you. Use it to lift your mood and get in the zone. Build a playlist of songs that energize and motivate you. Use it to lift your mood and get in the zone. No, there isn't a specific recommended playlist of songs, alright? You have to know and identify which are the songs that really motivate you and put you in that positive mood, right? So create a power playlist, alright? Mildred Smith, good morning. Cicely Blackman, Cardella Henry Victor, good morning. Mary E. Banks, good morning. Yulin Alexander, Monica Meros Williams, yeah, they're on with us. All right, you know the number, 435-2041. That's the number to call. And here's the question for the quiz this morning. It says, name the program of the revolution which contained the following features. A, it was unique in the Caribbean. B, it is associated with the word maroon. C, the poorest workers got loans from the government. D, they had over 10 years to pay back the loan. E, they pay no interest on the loan. G, they had to only pay back 2/3 of the loan. All right. The answers there were A, the housing repair program, B, the education program promotion program, and C, the Center for Popular Education. Which one is correct? A, B, or C? So the question is, name the program of the revolution which contained the following features. It was A, it was unique to the Caribbean. B, it was associated with the word maroon. C, the poorest workers got loans from the government. D, they had over 10 years to pay back the loan. E, they paid no interest on the loan. F, they had to pay back only 2/3 of the loan. All right, those are the questions. Let's get to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you. A, the housing program.
And how certain are you with that?
80% certain.
80%? Okay, well, your 80% happens to be 100% correct, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, so stay on the line. I'm going to take your information off the air, all right? Stay right there.
All right,
Don't you move a muscle. Don't you move, okay?
Holy Spirit, take my soul. Holy Spirit, fill my soul. Holy Spirit, take my soul.
All right, saying congratulations to Shermaine Latouche of Bolio in St. George. She got it correct. One try. So it seems that, events and activities and programs of the revolution are still playing on the minds of Grenadians. One call. And she had it correct. Maybe we should, revisit some of them, man. Hey folks, it's 19 minutes on to the 7 o'clock. Yeah, that is the time. So how was the weekend? I hope your weekend was good. I hope everything was fine. And nice. Got a lot of rest. You got to go to church over the weekend, yeah? Whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Good morning to members of the Seventh-day Adventist congregation, or what should I say, denomination. Notice you've got a crusade going on in Lassages. So Grenada soca artist Renroy Ogist Blackadon has been crowned the winner of the highly anticipated Ultimate Soca Champion held at the Queen's Park Savannah on Thursday. Ah boy. Prize $1 million. Blessing. That's a blessing. It's 17 minutes on to the 7 o'clock, and we've got some technical issues, right? So tell you what is going to happen. We are going to have a rebroadcast of Friday evening's television news, okay? Yeah, so due to technical difficulties, we're unable to give you the AM edition of news this morning.
Let us sing this song of praise non-stop.
Still trying to have it rectified. Nice. Rochelle Cummings, good morning to you. Arthur Langine. He says, good morning to the Prime Minister and the people of Grenada. How are you doing, Papi? Hope you're doing fine, yeah? All is well. All right, so folks, just to remind you that due to some technical difficulties, some glitches that we're having, we were unable to bring you the AM edition of news here on Classic. So what we are going to do, we are going to have a rebroadcast of Friday evening's television news. All right, so please bear with us. We'll have, hopefully we'll have an updated news for you in a luncheon edition.
Choice Promotions in association with Investment Migration Agency of Grenada, together with our Riser Credit Union, presents the inaugural Virgin Parish Relay Meet. This is the Real Mini Olympics, Saturday, March 8th. Lassa Just Playing Field in St. David. Relay action featuring the top clubs and schools from across Grenada, competing for cash prizes and more. Come see the nation's best athletes as they prepare for Intercall and Carifta Games 2025. First call to action is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, featuring live entertainment and excitement in the tug-of-war competition. Admission $10 adults, $5 children. Come to Virgin Parish, St. David on Saturday, March 8th for the Virgin Parish Relay Meet. Come share in the excitement and speed and see you there.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy Batiste. CARICOM foreign affairs ministers have written to the U.S. State Department seeking clarification on a statement that has the potential to impact U.S. visas for Grenadian and CARICOM nationals. Janelle Dick has this evening's first report.
Grenada's Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andal, who participated in the CARICOM Council for Foreign and Community Relations meeting, that's the COFCO meeting on Friday, said the ministers agreed to write to the U.S. State Department to seek clarification about the statement which was issued on Tuesday by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The COFCO meeting was held to discuss the Trump administration's decision to revoke visas of foreign government officials whose country employ Cuban doctors and nurses. In a statement on Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the expanded restrictions target individuals and immediate family members of individuals believed to be responsible for the program, which he described as forced labor. The statement reads, and I quote, "Today, we announced the expansion of an existing Cuba-related visa restriction policy that targets forced labor linked to the Cuban labor export program. This program policy applies to current or former Cuban government officials and other individuals, including foreign government officials, who are believed to be responsible for or involved in the Cuban labor export program, particularly Cuba's overseas medical missions. This policy also applies to the immediate family of such persons." End of quote. Andel said foreign ministers felt the statement, as issued, needs some clear specification, and it was agreed that CARICOM ministers should seek clarification and at the same time request a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. No deadline was set because we cannot dictate the schedule for him, but we all agreed that such a meeting should be with the highest level, and that is meeting with him, Andel noted. The meeting will be arranged by COFCOR. Andel stated that in the meantime, Grenada will continue to honor its health agreement with Cuba. We have an agreement with Cuba, and we will continue to respect the terms and conditions. We expect to continue that relationship with Cuba, and if anything, we will cross that bridge when we get to it, Mr. Andel added. COFCOR is a CARICOM body that coordinates foreign policy and promotes cooperation among member states. Grenada over the years has signed agreements with the Cuban government that provide for doctors and nurses to render their services through medical missions. Through the health agreements, hundreds of medical personnel from Cuba have contributed and continue to contribute to Grenada's public healthcare system. For GBN News, Janelle Dick.
some families in St. Patrick are proud owners after receiving keys to newly built homes under the Build Back Better project. Rena Thomas reports.
9 families in St. Patrick received the keys to their brand new homes this week, which were constructed as part of the government's Build Back Better initiative. The program targeted families in Mount Craven, La Fortune, and Rose Hill who suffered severe damage or lost their homes due to Hurricane Beryl. During a handover ceremony on Wednesday, Parliamentary Representative for St. Patrick East, Dennis Cornwell, emphasized that the keys symbolize more than just houses. They represent stability and a fresh start for the affected families. Cornwell also announced that moving forward, homes distributed under the program will no longer be provided free of charge.
So that we had done so far, they were done free of cost by the government, to the people who had lost their home. But there would come a time when those build back houses would continue. But then we call upon you to pay for those houses going forward. I know it may not be good news for some people because they feel that government should give everything that they have free. It's not possible. I have said it before, not once, not twice, but it would not be a situation where everybody get a free house from government going forward.
The newly constructed homes come fully equipped with electrical and plumbing system, as well as interior finishes, including painted walls and tiled bathrooms. Grateful families expressed heartfelt appreciation to the government of Grenada for the initiative.
On behalf of myself and my family, we say thank you to the government. We appreciate your generous contribution.
Thank you, everybody.
Of myself and the governments of this country, I say a wealthy thank you.
I want to express my gratitude to the Almighty God for your continuous blessings and to the government of Grenada, in particularly the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation for providing me and my children with this beautiful house.
On behalf of Mr. Alfred Cornwell, I would like to say a special thank you to the government of Grenada and to Mobilization, Implementation and Information. Thank you very much.
Today I want to officially say thank you to the government of Grenada, Minister Arnold, to my aunt, Mrs. Leah Chichester, who out of the blue just suddenly say, here is a spot, you can surely rest your head. And my family and I are very, very grateful for that home. And I will say thank you very much.
Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell will lead a review of the telecommunications environment in the region. As all we know, the Prime Minister and David Butt, Premier of Bermuda, will support Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Motley to review the sector's environment, with a view to creating a competitive atmosphere where customers and service providers are treated fairly. Addressing the media at the end of the 48th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, Prime Minister Motley, chair of CARICOM, referred to the annual billion-dollar earnings of some communication platforms and services from which the region does not benefit economically. She said, and I quote, "We were informed that these entities earn as much as $11.6 billion a year, and they pay no taxes. There is no contribution in any way to the regional economy, and the absence of revenue to the telecoms firms means that at the very time that we need to be looking at reinvestment to make our telecommunications infrastructure sturdier, it is not there," unquote. She went on to say, quote, "We are at the stage of exploration, but Premier Butt and Prime Minister Mitchell will work with me to put the community in a position to better level the playing field to ensure that there is fair fairness to the consumer, fairness to the provider, and a competitive environment. We are conscious that the Caribbean, as a region of small states, has higher telecommunications costs than we would normally like to see compared to other regions, unquote. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is lead head of government with responsibility for science and technology in the CARICOM quasi-cabinet. Well, this weekend will be very busy for the Royal Grenada Police Force as it transitions to its new headquarters on the Carenage, St. George. My colleague Christina John toured the newly refurbished facility on Friday and sent us this report.
No, this is the end of police presence at Fort George. Nothing police will be returned to Fort George. That facility has been given up to tourism. As you notice, it is being developed for tourism purposes. And when we leave this weekend, that will be the end of it for RGPF and Fort George.
And it's a wrap for the RGPF headquarters at its Fort George location as the organization transitioned to its permanent location on the Carenage St. George from Monday, March 3rd. As a result of this relocation and to accommodate the transition, some services will be temporarily disrupted over a 4-day period, Friday, February 20th to Monday, March 3rd. Full operations should resume on Tuesday, March 4th. GBN visited the new site on Friday where Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Vanny Kerwin, provided insight into what the public can expect.
Well, none of the services that we provided at police headquarters can currently happen now. So people applying for permission for events, that is a police headquarters function. That function is temporarily ceased. People applying for vehicular accidents. Any correspondent at all that you are interested in from the police headquarters are temporarily non-existent. We have started the transition. We are deep into the transition. In fact, some departments and offices are totally transited into the new building. Over this weekend, the rest of the departments will be here. And as of Tuesday of next week, we are hoping that all of our services that we provided at the old headquarters will be available at the new headquarters. We have said Tuesday because we transiting this weekend and we want to give Monday an opportunity to test all of our equipment, the internet, our computers, and everything else that is necessary to ensure that the service is available. We're going to test those on Monday, and Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, we should be open for business to the public. Pronto.
ACP Kerwin explained the services that will be accessible at the new location.
Well, the entire executive staff of the RGPF will be relocated, meaning the commissioner, the deputy, and all of the ACPs. They will be down here. The staff officer office is coming down to the new building. The records will be down here into the new building. Our typing pool, our finance department, our telecommunications department, our criminal records department, and our community relations department. These are all of the departments that will be in the new building. So as of Monday, or as of today for that matter, we cease to function at police headquarters Fort George. So all of the departments that are mentioned no longer exist at the police headquarters Fort George, and as of Tuesday, all of the services they provided will now be provided at this new facility on the Carenage. Services at our criminal records office and our community relations department can be had on the Carenage seafront. Those offices, you can access them from the Carenage. Police headquarters and all of the services that police headquarters will be providing will be accessed at the Hubbard Blaze Street entrance. So we have 3 different entrances to departments at the building. 2 at the Carenage front, CRO and CRD, and police headquarters proper, which includes our firearms department, our finance department. Those departments can only be accessed at the Hubbard Blaze entrance.
The officer indicated that there will be some traffic interruptions as they settle into the new facility. However, special arrangements, he said, will be made to accommodate persons likely to be affected.
We do need to let the public know there will be some traffic interruptions. There has to be some diversion. There has to be some new parking arrangement for the building. We are still in the process of factoring or finalizing what we want to do in terms of our parking. We do have some available spaces. It is inadequate. So the public will be interrupted in some way, or inconvenience might be the better word, in some way where parking is concerned. We have decided that we're not going to allow parking in front of the building, so there may be some no parking signs erected around the building. But as we unveiled the new look police headquarters, will come all of these changes, but we will make sure to inform the public well in advance what changes they can expect where traffic and parking are concerned.
Christelina John, GBN News.
All right. The story to report, energy here in Grenada is electric as fans and soca enthusiasts eagerly await the results of the inaugural Ultimate Soca Champion competition on what is famously known as Fantastic Friday in Trinidad. This groundbreaking event marks a revival of the competition spirit that many have longed for since the absence of the International Soca Monarch in 2020. Eugenia Peters has this update.
Among the finalists representing Grenada are two powerhouse performers, Shondell Dash Amada, who delivered a high-energy performance of his Soca Monarch winning hit, The Tape, and Renroy Blacker Than Auguste, whose track, Blessing, has not only become a Trinidadian favorite, but has even been whispered as a potential road match contender. Dash told GBN he is enthused to be on this mega platform.
So the experience has been great, been the couple fets, and the vibes, networking, and going to producers, the DJs, the promoters, getting that networking in. That's the most important thing. So it's been a great experience so far. I never doubt myself in nothing I do. I never go no way and perform on no stage, no competition, no matter what, and give nothing half-hearted. I give my best, I leave my all on the stage. I'm just waiting for the results now. And make my country and make my brand proud, as usual.
The competition is divided into two categories, Youth Soca Champion and Ultimate Soca Champion, with an additional social media wildcard element where fans can engage directly in the competition. The stakes tonight are sky high, with the winner of the Ultimate Soca Champion title walking away with a TT $1 million grand prize. Soca lovers can also have their say. The Be Mobile People's Champion category allows fans to vote for their favorite artist via text, with the winner receiving $10,000 and other prizes. Grenada has already made history in this arena, with Mr. Killer being the first non-Trinbagonian to claim the Power Soca Monarch title back in 2019. And tonight, the question on everyone's mind, will history repeat itself? One thing is certain, the Ultimate Soca Champion winner will have to defend their title in 2026 and is required to perform at an international music festival organized by the USC. Travel and accommodation costs will be covered, but the winner must make themselves available for the global stage. The night promises to be an exhilarating display of raw talent, infectious energy, and pure soca power. And the best part? You can witness every thrilling moment live on GBN television from 8 p.m. The network is the exclusive media partner for the Ultimate Soca Monarch in Grenada. For GBN News, I am Eugenia Peters.
We look forward to the results. Authorities are encouraging individuals to be diligent when purchasing and importing vehicles, ensuring they fall within legal parameters to avoid complications on arrival. Under statutory rules and orders, SRO 43 of 2020, vehicles aged 10 years and older cannot be imported into Grenada. Nisha Paul has this report.
Since the July 2020 implementation of Grenada's vehicle importation ban on cars older than 10 years, there have been several cases where non-compliant vehicles were imported. Mrs. Karen Forsyth Hall, Acting Comptroller of Customs, is reminding importers to be mindful of regulations concerning the importation of used vehicles, following recent instances where two vehicles over the legal age limit arrived in the country but could not be cleared. Additionally, importers are being urged to factor in potential delays while making their purchases to avoid financial losses.
Another area too that persons need to be concerned about or to be mindful of is in terms of the shipping time. So you may buy the vehicle and it may be 9 years. If there's a shipping delay, then it may cross that 10-year mark and the person won't be able to get the vehicle. We won't be able to release the vehicle. And so these are things also that persons need to be mindful of, to leave sufficient time for shipping and for shipping eventualities when they are purchasing vehicles.
In cases where non-compliant vehicles do enter the country, authorities follow strict disposal procedures, which may include disassembling and disposing of the vehicles.
It is rather unfortunate when persons are unable to clear their vehicles and they have already spent to purchase the vehicle. And that is why we want to encourage persons to be mindful of the legislation, be mindful of the parameters that they exist within, so that they are sure that when they order the vehicles, they come and these vehicles are less than the 10-year mark. And when they are not, when the vehicles are not in compliance, then we would not be able to allow them to leave the port with the vehicle.
Meanwhile, Leslie Smith, Director of Renewable Energy in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, addressed a common assumption regarding the fuel efficiency of older vehicles. He emphasized that cars over 10 years old typically produce higher emissions, contributing more to environmental degradation.
Many persons may not be aware, but 37% of our total greenhouse gas emissions in Grenada is attributed to the transportation sector. It is the highest, it is actually the second highest sector after the electricity sector that contributes to our greenhouse gas emissions. And so with our obligations under the Paris Accord, and in meeting our obligations under the nationally determined contribution, the country would have had to put measures in place to reduce its total greenhouse gas emissions. And one such area was with the transportation sector, hence the reason for the ban on importation of these vehicles that are older than 10 years.
He further explained that newer vehicles are expected to be more fuel efficient, reducing harmful emissions and aligning with Grenada's environmental sustainability goals. Smith also highlighted key areas that need to be addressed moving forward.
What has to happen together with that is that we should also institute fuel emission standards that are not only going to look at the age of the vehicle, but also the fuel efficiency to make a better determination and to control the emissions related to these vehicles. In addition to that, there's a move now to go into hybrids and electric vehicles. And in the case of electric vehicles, this is the ultimate action that can be taken because they are actually zero or close to zero emissions related to electric vehicles, especially if these vehicles are charged from solar PV or renewable energy sources.
Authorities continue to urge the public to stay informed and follow proper procedures to avoid unnecessary complications when importing vehicles. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Grenada Community Partnership Initiative.
Our Lions Olmas is now in its 30th year of existence. Our Olmas started with primarily Lions members partaking. It is now part of our Spice Mass calendar and we host it every year in July. We are happy that our patrons have always come out and assisted and supported our event. And with Grenlec's support and sponsorship to our Olmas, we are looking forward to continuing this sponsorship for another 30 years and beyond. Again, Grenlec, we thank you so much.
Grenlec, energizing our community.
Unlike unlocking opportunities. Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel 3EC bill safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly. Keep your number true. Excel 3EC bill promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Excel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Excel and the NTRCs digitally transforming our space together.
Get value you'll love only at Quartz. With huge savings on select mattresses, mobile phones, and TVs. You'll also love our new arrivals in furniture and appliances. Plus, when you shop, get a chance to win great prizes. So come in, shop today, and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Get value you'll love only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Offer ends February 24, 2025. See store for details.
Choice Promotions in association with Investment Migration Agency of Grenada, together with our Riser Credit Union, presents the inaugural Virgin Parish Relay Meet. This is the Real Mini Olympics, Saturday, March 8th. Lassa Just Playing Field in St. David. Relay action featuring the top clubs and schools from across Grenada, competing for cash prizes and more. Come see the nation's best athletes as they prepare for Intercall and Carifta Games 2025. First call to action is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, featuring live entertainment and excitement in the tug-of-war competition. Admission $10 adults, $5 children. Come to Virgin Parish, St. David on Saturday, March 8th for the Virgin Parish Relay Meet. Come share in the excitement and speed and see you there.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
All right, folks, it's now 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and of course, the conversation starts. My riding partner on Mondays. Good morning, Josephine.
Good morning, Innocent. How was your weekend?
My weekend was relatively quiet, restful, the doctor's order kind of thing, you know.
Well, quiet is good.
Yeah, you know, but
you look refreshed, so.
Yeah, it's a kind of good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me make sure your mic is good, lovely. All right. So, how was your weekend?
Ups and downs, but good.
You went to church?
Of course I did.
Okay, all right.
It was good.
Yes, okay.
Church was good.
All right. And how is Ariza?
Ariza is great.
Okay. All right. As always.
This is a disclaimer. In case my phone rings, please excuse me because we were awaiting a telephone call from the PRO of the GAA.
Mr. Kwame Hippolyte.
Yes, because we're talking national champs, Ariza national champs today.
Right.
Yeah.
How are plans for it going, though? I mean, I know you might not be able to give all the intricate details.
And that's why Kwame should be helping me out.
Okay.
I think he's gonna call. We just need to give him. He'll call my number, and then we'll give him the number to call. But just to say, well, of course, they've had 4 meets already. The last of them being 4 or 5. The last being the Charlie George on Saturday.
Right.
So the calendar has been packed. And so the countdown is really truly on for the Ariza National Championships, which will officially launch tomorrow.
Okay.
But just to say, I think you've had a couple of clubs in, and Trackblazers should have been here today, quite frankly. It wasn't my turn, but somebody had to do some emergency travel.
Okay.
And as a result, they're not here today. And I specifically, just a moment, because this is Kwame telling me to send the number so that he can call in. Now, what's the number for?
435-2041.
Right, so that's 435...
2041. Kwame should know that number.
2041. Right, so. Right, there goes Kwame. I'm answering you on the set. I just sent you the number 435-2041.
435
2041.
2041.
Yeah,
okay.
so we're expecting your call now.
Lovely.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kwame. Yes.
Yeah, so they've been busy trying to get all the shows on the road.
Yeah, but what I've noticed in recent times, well, not in recent times, it's been coming. Athletics on a whole in Grenada is really
on the up and up.
On the up.
It's on the up.
You know, Friday afternoon I had the privilege of me, you know, well, I live in St. David in Corinth, to be precise, and the St. David Primary School Championships were being held in La Sagesse, and the crowd that was there, you know.
Yes, I saw some snippets of it, and it was heartening.
Yeah,
that's true.
It augurs well for the development of athletics.
Yes,
and I just hope that it carries through for the athletes, that, you know, they're not just running here and then that's the end of it.
Well, the truth is, as I say, not everyone will be academically inclined, so you try to give them at least the basics and see what their skill sets are, so that you can put them to work. And if athletics is what it is, then that's what it is.
Okay, I'm seeing a call coming in. Let's take this call to ensure it's Kwame. Hold it. Okay, our reliable Kwame Hippolyte is on the line. It's a good time to say good morning, Kwame. How are you?
Good morning. I'm not too bad, and you?
I am doing fine. Josephine is very happy to have you on the line as well.
Good morning, Josephine, and good morning to the listening public.
All right, Kwame, I know you're a busy man. You've got your registers to go and check and everything, like, and sure the teachers are doing what they're supposed to do. So let's cut to the chase, right? I was telling Josephine a while ago that athletics is really, really on the run in Grenada, literally speaking. We're seeing a high level of interest and participation, not only from the athletes, but also from supporters, spectators, and so forth. The crowds at the various events are very, very encouraging. What is your take on that?
Well, we are really happy to see the new trust of athletics in Grenada, and that is in line with our strategic plan, which is in line with the World Athletics strategic plan also, which encourages more participation, and that's more participation of athletes, more fans, and it also encourages the involvement, more involvement of more persons in the varying levels of athletics, whether it's as coaches, athletes, spectators, administrators, or even officials. So it is because we realigned our strategic plan a few years ago to take in that those initiatives of the World Athletics, we are reaping the benefits of the same. And in addition to that, the investment that would have been made in our coaches over the years, we've seen the sort of performances that we have now with our athletes.
I'm very happy that you raised that, because 2 weeks ago I had the coach from 473 MVPs, I think. That's the correct name of a club, yes. And when I listened to the gentleman, and even prior to that, I had the South City
Rising Stars.
Yes, yeah. And when I listen to the plans and the programs, it's very, very encouraging in the sense that they're not only having the children engaged or the athletes engaged for their athletic prowess, but they're also looking at the educational support and things like that, and that in itself speaks volumes. All right, because you'd still have parents who would say, I send you to school to get education, not to run around on a track. You understand? But the fact that they have that level of balance, so they're not only trying to get the athletics out of them, but creating that sense of balance. And if that is the modus operandi of the club structure in Grenada, I think that is a very, very good sign. It's very comforting.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with the opportunities that have been created because of athletics, we also see a change in the mindset and the overall operation of our clubs, our affiliates, and also our parents. Because, mind you, before it was a struggle to get parents out to actually be at training sessions and the competition of athletes. But now we've seen a change in that, and parents are more integrally involved in the sport, whether it is at the club level or whether just being a fan, or being there to support the athletes. And what we are seeing now is not just I'm coming to support my child because my child is doing well, but it is now I am supporting the athletes as opposed to just one single person to support. So you have that good relation that is being formed oftentimes between the parents of the varying clubs, and that as well for our sport.
And I must.
There goes. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yes.
And this is why I had to jump in here, because it speaks to Ariza. We could not just sit by as a good corporate citizen and not be part of what is meaningful to what's going to make the difference for our young people, our nation's young people.
And it's an investment. It's a futuristic investment,
and it's over a decade.
Yeah,
it spans over a decade.
Now, Kwame, let's cut to the chase. Like I said, I want to get you off as soon as you possibly can leave. All right, National Champs is coming up. We also have that event in Las Sages on Saturday, the Virgin Parish Relay Meet. Give us a backdrop of what we can see happening at the National Champs.
At Ariza
National Champs. Thanks for the correction, Joe.
Yes, no, at the Ariza National Champs, it would be the culmination or the start of the culmination of the athletic season for many of our junior athletes. And so it is at that meet we will be expecting some of the best performances. circumstances. Yes, they have been competing through the athletic year with spans from August all the way to July. But essentially, we'll be seeing them at their best, because one of the main things that we would use, the national champs will be used for, is the selection of the criteria team that as was done over the previous years. So they will be looking to give their best to make the established standards for the games, and in addition to that, to establish themselves as one of the dominant athletes within the Caribbean region. Because what happens after national champs is that we will send our results to World Athletics, and that's going to be added to the profile of the for the act. So it will be exciting 2 days of competition, and you get the mixture of the field events, throws, you get the jump. So essentially, is the best that will be on show, and the clubs will be certainly putting out the best athletes to possibly qualify and move on from them.
Okay, that's awesome. And as it relates to the Virgin Parish Relay Meet, we'd like to thank the Athletics Association and of course our RISA for partnering with us on this. We want to ensure, from the GAA that all I's will be dotted and all T's crossed as it relates to ensuring the quality of the field and the level of professionalism of the officials. As a matter of fact, the Ministry of Sports is coordinating the officiating and so forth, and we are trying our best to ensure that the grounds is not as a stadium, but it will be at the best that it can be. But we're seeing quite a number of these sort of decentralized meets taking place. From the Athletic Association, do you think it could be a plus for athletics?
Oh yes, it's certainly a plus. That's why I tell you it's all part of the strategic plan. More meet is also trusting today. More competition for the athletes. It comes on now to our coaches based on the knowledge that they have, that they're able to manage the athletes throughout the season and learn from some of the challenges that might arise from time to time to arise out of from time to time in terms of managing the athletes throughout this in what might be considered a lengthy season and so forth. So, but what is important is that from our end, we've always encouraged, we've always said to our affiliates that the Athletic Association should not really be organizing the volume of meets. It comes down to our affiliates, and if we want to empower our affiliates to organize meets, have invitationals, that the other clubs and have additional opportunities to compete. So it's something that we've always encouraged, and we've always trained and advised our coaches and so forth in terms of managing the athletes throughout the season when they are engaged in this sort of, when you have a lengthy season, they know exactly what to do. When the season starts, to start a bit early. So they are trained, and it's all the factors having to come together to have that sort of relationship. We've in the past we've heard the cries, we've heard persons compare the length of our season to that of Jamaica, the number of events that are held. And so all of this would have to be a part of the whole mix to improve the sporting thing.
That's awesome. And another thing, I'm talking the Virgin Parish Relay Meet now. We've sort of tweaked the norm in the sense that clubs or athletes will not be getting medals, and that came up because hearing the cry of some of the coaches as it relates to maintaining of the club and the athletes, their nutrition and the sporting gears and so forth, we thought that after a while, the medals are good, but why not support the clubs in such a way financially that it can actually help them in terms of their preparation and sustainability throughout the year. So with the Virgin Parish Relay Meet, we are not giving out medals. There will be a challenge trophy that the club that wins comes up with the most points would have that trophy. So next year it will be challenged, but we're actually paying cash prizes to the first, second and third winners. What is your take on that?
a very good concept, actually. With the change of some of the policies over the years, we've seen that sort of increase, has changed, in the sort of price structure that is given at some of our meets. And what we are happy is that our clubs have made a policy change on their end to ensure that the financial gains from these meets do not harmed by the individual athletes, but oftentimes goes back to the club, which goes into the larger pool that assists in the present and future development of athletes. And once we have that sort of mindset going forward, I think we will be able to, the clubs will be able to do more. They will be able to outfit their athletes, they'll be able to take care of the athletes during meets and so forth, and also to have programs, because I know we have some of our affiliates would do workshops, seminars, and additional initiatives outside of athletics. And at a time, it comes as a cost. And being a member of coming through the ranks of a club, I know that it sometimes it is the administrators, it goes back to the coaches, that would oftentimes have to dip into their personal funds. And in some instances, their families might be suffering on a monthly basis in order to take care of someone else's child. So that, for us, is something that would have to be encouraged. And once we are able to see it going back into the grassroots and the development of the sport, then it's something that
You know, the Horizon National Champs last year, I took the opportunity to speak to some of the coaches, and one of them stood out to me, Coach Denise, who has, she has given so much of her time.
You talk athletics, you talk
sport,
Denise.
You talk Denise. And Coach Denise, hats off to you. And she zeroed in on the importance of the clubs and the fact that in their case, some of their athletes were taken off the blocks. The clubs actually were able to take them off the blocks and give them a home away from home and make them feel needed and wanted and appreciated, because of course their legs and arms were being put to use. And meets like the Horizon National Champs gives them that opportunity. They know they have this to look forward to. What happens to a student when they leave secondary school? What more for them? What happens to their legs and arms? Well, that's where you bridge that, so that when they go on to TAMCC, even if they're not in TAMCC, because not everybody goes to TAMCC, but at least they're in their clubs, and through the Horizon National Champs, they're able to participate and possibly qualify for character. So we are thrilled to be able to afford them that opportunity.
Okay. Kwame, we want to let you off now. Parting words?
Well, just to add to Josephine's points also in terms of bridging that gap and how important that is, because what we also in the past we've struggled, and it's still a struggle at this point in terms of our senior athletes and the number of athletes that matriculate from being a junior athlete into the senior rank and continuing to compete after. And that is why it must be lucrative. It must be made in such a way that the athletes can benefit, and they can see a benefit in continuing the sport. And I've always encouraged, in terms of cash prizes for senior athletes, that the athletes, upon finishing school, the clubs can assist them to transition into and continue competing even after they finish school and they are home based. That's what we speak of in terms of the cash prizes will assist these athletes, because it's a lot to have to work on a daily basis, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, and then come back to engage in training. And track and field, it's a hard sport. So some person might look at it that way, but unlike football and basketball and so forth, where you have your teammates, track and field is an individual sport. And so it's hard to put out all that, continue in the sport, and then at the end of the day, you have nothing to really to gain from it. And so it is important that that the the initiatives of Arise and many of the corporate sector that they are part and on board with the Athletic Association, and we've seen that increase in the support of the corporate sector. We also want to encourage them to go down to the level of the clubs and so forth, which have started, and with the Ariza National Champs and what Ariza is doing with us, and the increased support over the years would assist us in allowing that transition of athletes, having athletes continue the sport even longer. And so we really and truly hope that we can continue to see that that relationship, that improved support right through for the sport of athletics continue, and that we are able to continue bringing the sport to another level.
Okay, Kwame, any parting words before we wrap up?
Well, I just want to encourage everyone to start preparing for the Ariza National Champs. We would be able to, at the end of the day, start getting your tickets on the GoToFect platform, and also before the end of the week, they can start purchasing from Grenada Optical. We will be working to ensure that all systems are in place over the next few days for the game, and that we can really give the sort of experience that our athletes will have when they go to Trinidad for the character games or any of the international meets. So they're comfortable, and that they can give their best while they represent Grenada. We are happy that Ariza it continues to be on board and increasing their support. And while we look to launch the games officially tomorrow, we really and truly hope that everyone can come out and support our junior athletes, support our senior athletes, and support track and field. You've been doing a great job thus far in terms of that level of support. Parents, supporters, family members, come out and let us do it all for our athletes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kwame Hippolyte. Have a safe drive up to Grenville now.
Already in Grenville, so have a good one.
Right.
Well, Kwame also gave my parting words.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything more that I can add, except to say that, well, we look forward to the launch tomorrow, but more so, we look forward to seeing the athletes give up their best. Let's wish them the very best, because obviously we'd like them to qualify for character. This is important. Yeah. When the team leaves for character, they take Ariza with them, because we know that we've afforded them the opportunity to qualify for character. So all the best to them.
Thank you, Jojo.
Thank you, Innocent. Have a lovely week.
All the time. Bring back the love to our
I will. Don't call any
names.
Folks,
we take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more guests. They can stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere.
Grenada. Choice Promotions in association with Investment Migration Agency of Grenada, together with Ariza Credit Union, presents the inaugural Virgin Parish Relay Meet. This is the Real Mini Olympics, Saturday, March 8th. Lassa just playing field in St. David. Relay action featuring the top clubs and schools from across Grenada, competing for cash prizes and more. Come see the nation's best athletes as they prepare for Intercall and Carifta Games 2025. First call to action is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, featuring live entertainment and excitement in the tug-of-war competition. Admission $10 adults, $5 children. Come to Virgin Parish, St. David on Saturday, March 8th for the Virgin Parish Relay Meet. Come share in the excitement and speed and see you there.
Get value you'll love only at Quartz, with huge savings on select mattresses, mobile phones, and TVs. You'll also love our new arrivals in furniture and appliances. Plus, when you shop, get a chance to win great prizes. So come in, shop today, and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Get value you'll love only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends February 24, 2025. See store for details.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation this morning. As I told you earlier, I've got guests, and you can see I have two beautiful young ladies with me in the studio, and they're here representing Beach Education. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wow, you all sound fine. You all sound beautiful. Beautiful. Beach Education. Before we get into it, I want your names. I want my audience to know who they're listening to and seeing. So let's start with you. Yeah.
So my name's Fiona, and I'm the founder of Beach Education. I'm the one in charge of all these beautiful people that have come along.
Okay, lovely. And your name?
My name's Sue, and I'm a registrar at Queen Ethelburger's Collegiate.
Okay.
So we're one of the schools that have come over to represent the UK.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so tell us about Beach Education. What is it all about?
Absolutely. So I set up Beach Education a few years ago, and I'm what they call an educational consultant. So I specialise in helping families from Bermuda and the Caribbean with finding boarding schools in the UK. So I get the wonderful job of working with some fabulous schools in the UK and helping families. And this is our first time ever coming to, although I've been to Grenada many times, it's the first time bringing some schools out from the UK to hopefully share with families in Grenada about possible opportunities for studying in the UK.
And I must say that from my knowledge, there seems to be an increase in students from the Caribbean region going to study in the UK.
Absolutely, that's really true. And I think there are a lot of, they offer, I mean, in terms of the families that we've helped place, pupils that we've placed already, and actually Sue's got a number of pupils from the Caribbean herself, they contribute a huge amount to boarding school life in the UK, both academically, on the sporting field, whether it's drama, art, they contribute a huge amount, but also there's lots on offer in terms of the UK, and it could be things like even families from Grenada coming over for summer school to start with, or they might come over to maybe experience one term at school. Some board, again, each school is different, but some schools will allow pupils at a younger age to maybe join for one term, and then suddenly they often love it so much that they then want to stay on. So there's lots of options for families from the Caribbean.
That's good. Sue, I want to hear from you. What's the experience like for you?
To come to the Caribbean?
Having to be associated with the beach education project.
Fiona is an immense support to the school, and we love working with her. She's always places really good families with us, so we know that the students come in, they have what we need from a student as well, you know. So like they maybe come to us for their our sporting provision. So if someone's really into football or basketball, then Fiona will find them a school that's really strong in those areas. So we know every student that's coming to us because they want what we can offer, and then we can support them with their journeys.
So in your experience, right, in dealing with students from the region, in terms of acclimatization, how easy do they acclimatize?
Yeah, so we were talking about this last night actually with the High Commissioner, and we were saying how it's really interesting that we get to come to the island, and actually you can see how the transition from living on these beautiful islands to then come into a school that's, you know, got 1,300 students in it, or has immense grounds like a university campus almost, with amazing facilities, can be sometimes like some students will come in and they embrace it and they're like, wow, this is great, but others can sometimes feel really overwhelmed by that experience. So it's really good for us to see that, so that we know that we can put lots of pastoral and mentoring support in place, so that we're helping them gradually acclimatise to life in the UK, not only the weather.
Yeah, the weather is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from this hot climatic region and coming to this, sometimes, you know, the body takes a while, but eventually we acclimatize rapidly.
There's so many different options in terms of, you know, each child is different, and I think the lovely job that I've got and the schools that I've got coming out with me to Grenada is each school is slightly different, and obviously every child is different, so it's finding that fit for each child. I mean, obviously in Sue's case, they're very strong on their basketball is really strong, their football, motorsports. It's the only school that's got a motorsport. So again, it's
that's interesting.
Exactly.
Because in Grenada is seeing an increase in interest in motorsports.
Yeah, well, I'm here to find the next Lewis Hamilton. That's what I'm trying to do. So,
wow. I think I'm going to have a name change. I'm Lewis. Okay. So, have you ever had any students from Grenada?
No, that's why I'm here. I'm here to try and find my, get my first student from Grenada to come and experience life at Queen Ethelburgers and all that we have to offer. We're a vast school. We offer a lot of different things at top level, you know. So like we pride ourselves on the fact that we have something to offer for every student, and we kind of are the way we build educations around each student and their needs is quite unique as well. So we have different pathways with different students with different abilities, and we are still quite high achieving.
Okay, so in your role, right, do you assess your applicants, the students, and look at the cadre of schools that you have and do the placement?
Absolutely. So it's almost a bit like being a matchmaker, which I love that aspect. So it's really getting to build the relationship with each family. I mean, we had a wonderful event that we hosted yesterday at Mount Cinnamon Lisbon for families just to come down to learn about the UK, and it was a brilliant opportunity in just a short space of time. I mean, normally I chat to them for longer, but we had a 10-minute chat explaining a bit about the UK, but for me, finding out about what are their driving factors as a family, what are they looking for, and what is their child looking for, and then I can sort of work out, right, okay, you need to go and chat with this school, and maybe have a chat with them or that school, and then they can then go away and actually think, that really is the type of school that I want. Or there's suddenly, I mean, we've had it many times where a family will come to me and say, we definitely want a co-ed school, and then I sort of then throw in the mix to them, like, actually I think personally with my expertise that your child would be suited at this school, and it could be an all-boys school, and then suddenly they get to the school and they're like, oh my goodness, Fiona, that's absolutely the school for us. So it's trusting in the years of experience and expertise, and also obviously the schools that I have out, obviously in the Caribbean, it's a small place, so for me to be able to have schools that I know that I'm happy to recommend, that have amazing pastoral care, amazing academics, but also each school is slightly different, so it's really getting families to come along and find out more about different options
and we all offer different ways, like Fiona mentioned, like some schools will offer one term or a summer program, so they're great. A lot of schools won't do that, but then a lot of schools will now, because we're having to change the way we market and the way that we get students to come into the school, and like what we found is these term experiences are really working to give people and parents the confidence actually to come to the school, see what we do, get their students to feel at home, settled. And actually sometimes they might say, no, this is not for me, I want to go home. Okay, fine,
and that's
you've come to us for a time, we've had a great experience with you, you've had a great experience with us, but generally 99.9% they're like, no mum, I'm staying, no dad, I'm coming home.
They're then too busy to call home. That's the thing. Often
that's the problem.
It's the parents that I have to end up supporting as well, because actually the children are having such a brilliant time that sometimes they forget to call home, which is a lovely thing. But also another thing to mention is about diversity in schools, and I think the brochure that you've got there gives a complete breakdown on each school, the number of full boarders that they have, which again is a really interesting figure, because some schools might just say we have 400 boarders, and by boarders I mean pupils that stay in school. But sometimes at weekends they all disappear. So as a family living in Grenada, you want to make sure that the school that you pick for your child is a school that's going to have things on a Saturday and Sunday. So those are really important things to look at in terms of nationalities, diversity. Again, these are really important things for my families, and it's something that we're really transparent with, and again in that brochure. But I mean, how many nationalities have you got? I mean,
so we've got 42 different nationalities and 26 different spoken languages.
26 different
spoken languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's diverse.
Yeah, really diverse. We're super proud of that. We have our students are our equity ambassadors. So it's their task and their job to work alongside our pastoral team to sing about diversity across the school, and we do that in a different range of ways. We have Culture Kitchen, where our students will cook. It's a bit like MasterChef. Our students will do a show and we film it, and it's they're watched filming and cooking their national dish or their home, their favourite mum's home cooking or grandma's dish from so, and then the students taste it, see if they like it, and then it's judged like MasterChef.
Wow.
So that's one of the things we really focus in on it. We have a national dress costume day, and I always feel really sorry for the British students, because they're there with hoodies and t-shirts on, and everyone else is looking so vibrant and colourful. It's a brilliant a brilliant way to do it as well, and to have it student led means that it's coming from those that care. We all care about it, but our students are passionate about it. So
and what's the age range of your students?
So we go from kindergarten all the way through to 18 years of age. We have 4 schools within our school. We have a prep school, a middle school, and 2 senior schools.
All right, well, that's rather interesting. I do hope that my audience are picking up on this. Those of you who are looking to have your children relocate for studies or relocate entirely, I mean, the UK is a good place to be, and we have some very credible people who will be taking proper care of your children. We want to take a quick break because we have 2 other people to bring on the set to give their experience, so you realize you weren't that panicky eventually.
No, it was okay actually. I didn't mind. I warmed into it.
I told you that. I told you that. Nobody comes to the set and be shaky with me. You can't be shaky around me. Who does that? Who does that? We take a quick break, folks, and when we come back, we've got more guests from the UK, all smiling and ready to rumble. We'll be back after this. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada Community Partnership Initiative.
Our Lions Olmas is now in its 30th year of existence. Our Olmas started with primarily Lions members partaking. It is now part of our Spice Mass calendar, and we host it every year in July. We are happy that our patrons have always come out and assisted and supported our event. And with Grenlec's support and sponsorship to our Olmas, we are looking forward to continuing this sponsorship for another 30 years and beyond. Again, Grenlec, we thank you so much.
Grenlec, energizing our community.
Unlocking opportunities, Excel leads the way in digital advancement every single day. Fair internet access for all to share. Transparent billing with consumer care. Excel 3 bill safeguarding our rights. Net neutrality, consumer protection shining bright. Mobile number portability available to you. Switch providers seamlessly. Keep the number true. Excel 3 bill promoting fair play in the digital world. Every single day, affordable services are important for all. Through the EC bill, there'll be progress overall. Excel and the NTRCs connecting our communities.
Excel and the NTRCs, digitally transforming our space together.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Post Office.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation continues, and we're continuing that conversation on beach education. I've got two more residents. Well, should I say residents? They're eventually going to come live in Grenada, right?
Oh, that would be lovely. Well, I've decided I'm not leaving. Yeah. You know, I need to have a conversation with this High Commission. We've cancelled the flights. Yeah. We've got our toes in the sand.
I'll just make a phone call to the airport and say flight's cancelled.
Thank you so much.
Now, we heard from Sue and the experience that regional students can have at her institution. Tell us, firstly, your name.
So, I'm Laura Bursey-Faulkner, and I'm the Director of Admissions at Rugby School in the UK.
Okay, and
I'm Hayley McClintock. I'm Deputy Head at Tunbridge School in the UK also, and I lead on admissions too.
Okay, so Sue gave us a wonderful idea as to what students coming from the region into the UK at her institution can expect. What is your mainstay?
So for us, Rugby School is a well-established sort of traditional heritage school based right in the centre of the UK. If you looked at the map of the UK and you put a pen right in the middle of it, that's where you are. That's where we are. So we're a bit bigger than Grenada, I think, but Rugby School, obviously the British education system is world-renowned, and Rugby School has been operating as a school since 1567, so a really, really long time. And we have welcomed a global community into our school. What's great about rugby is that we offer high level academic stretch and rigour, but we're a global community. So like Queen Ethelburgers, we recruit from 38 countries across the globe, and we're acutely aware of a demand for growing markets like the Caribbean students who want to come and dip their toe into the ocean, to coin a phrase from one of your students, Hayley, and they want to broaden their horizons and find out what opportunities lie ahead of them across the pond, and to try and gain a place at our schools, to be surrounded by this global community where you're working alongside students who have all gained their place through their own merit, but then that's a springboard for them to go off and to explore life after school.
That's rather interesting that you chose Grenada, because in recent times there have been a push for rugby in Grenada. I know a good friend of mine, he's coming from the US though, Isaac, and they've been organizing this rugby sessions for the past couple of years. So maybe there might be persons on island who are interested in rugby, and this is a wonderful opportunity.
Absolutely. Did you know that rugby, the game, was created at Rugby School?
At your school?
Yeah. So in 1823.
Why was it called rugby though?
Because the town is called Rugby. Oh. So the town is Rugby, the school is Rugby School. And in 1823, one of our students called William Webb Ellis took the ball in his arms rather than kicking it, and then created the game rugby. There we go.
Wow.
History lesson right there.
Wow.
So we are known as the birthplace of rugby.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then they started a stream of everything else. So, we're also a really, really big rugby school. We're not called Rugby School, but we follow in the footsteps because we know it's a great game. So without getting too bogged down in the rugby, it's a sport that a lot of children want to try and play, even if they've never had the opportunity. But for students coming from the Caribbean, it's a familiar sport. And so going back to what you were saying about Sue and transition and assimilation and how do they settle, actually sport's a really good way for them to instantly make friends and feel like they're on a familiar campus, so to speak.
Just like music, sport is a sort of universal language, yeah?
Totally, definitely. Absolutely. And the thing is, they've got opportunities, we've got, at these schools, all of these schools are really, really high performing schools, but that mustn't be intimidating. The children that come along to these schools, they can try new things, and they can start in we have everything from the first team right the way down to the Gs. So if it's a new sport for them or a new activity, they can get involved. But if they want to actually really excel and become quite elite, you've got the opportunity to do so. And quite a lot of the children that are in our schools will represent their country, or even at the Olympic level as well as at international level. So it's a great springboard, as Laura said, to being able to push and to achieve great things at the level they want to and wish to.
Okay. Yeah. So our school pushes the rugby. What does you do?
Yeah, so we're an academically selective school, so we are looking for really, really bright young people.
Were you speaking with one?
That's good. I can sense it. But I think we're a single sex. We're a boys' school. We're 13 to 18. Similar to Rugby School, we were founded in the 1500s, in 1553, and we've always been a single sex boys-only school. And that's because we feel that as much as I can appreciate, and there is real value in co-educational provisional, we feel that we know boys well, and we believe in a single sex education, but with a lot of co-ed opportunities. And actually there's a huge amount of collaboration with a lot of these schools when we're talking about academics or when we're talking about co-curricular sports, drama, music. So they do get to mix in with girls. But we are an academically selected school, so I'm looking for some pretty sparky brains.
You'll find that here.
Yes, I already have. I had some wonderful meetings yesterday.
Okay. And how long will you all be here?
Well, tomorrow, sadly.
You leave tomorrow?
We leave tomorrow.
Well, unless you can sort this flight situation out for us when we're,
Okay, I'll call the manager at the Morris Bishop Airport and say just pause all flights for a while.
But we're in the Caribbean until the end of the week, so we're moving around a little bit.
Okay.
I think I'd just really like to add that for those parents who are considering sending their children abroad to study, we prioritise the importance of a balanced education. So we're all academically selective, but that's not at the expense of them having a really good time and really enjoying the experience, having really high academics, but also embracing the co-curricular. And like Hayley said, the entry levels range from people going on to be professional musicians, sports, academics, but also there's students who just want to have a go. Yeah. And what we provide is that safety net of a lot of experience to be able to create those opportunities, and it's fine for them to be able to make mistakes. We've got that safety net of professional educationists who can pick them up and set them on the right track. We want to create successful adults, and parents want to see their children happy.
So what does it take? One member of my audience is very interested in what does it take for them to get to you?
I think the first thing to say is actually, you've got wonderful Fiona here, who's got a lovely team of people who've got boots on the ground, so to speak, and got that local knowledge. And I would say reach out initially to Beach Education, because they've got the knowledge that will be really, really important to the families in terms of who to be put in touch with. Of course, we're all here, and if we were lucky enough to see you yesterday, you're already in touch with us, which is great.
Yeah.
But listen out, seek the advice, reach out to Fiona, and if there are other events like this that she is arranging in Grenada, I would strongly advise just popping along. It's super casual, super friendly. Grab a cold drink, come and have a chat with Fiona or a member of her team. And if we're lucky enough to be here, we'll also be wanting to chat with them.
Yeah, definitely.
We're also really happy to jump on a video call as well. If people think, I've missed the boat, it's not the end of the line. So again, contact Fiona and she'll hook us up with a video call.
Okay. Well, this is rather interesting. I'm going to ensure that we get the contact information for Fiona, and that we can always, broadcast it, because I am certain that there are people who are hearing this program or seeing this program who would want to reach out. But then you leave tomorrow.
We do leave tomorrow. We're still in the area. We're going off to
there might be last-minute opportunities for families to pop down and see us.
But some of the families that we met yesterday are already reaching out and asking for meetings
lovely.
today. So.
Yeah, because I know there will be quite a number of people who would love to have their children, enter one of your schools. So, we'll definitely.
Well, we're here physically, and we're available remotely. So even when we disappear towards the end of this week, contact Fiona, and she can put us in touch, and we can definitely jump on a call.
Definitely. Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing with us.
Oh, thank you. It's been great.
And my good friend. Yes, all smiles. I'm very happy that something like this is being broadcasted, because our students look for this sort of opportunities. I mean, I know of one of our swimmers who just went to the UK, and you know who I'm talking about. She's with one of them?
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you sent it to me. All right, lovely, good. Okay, so, folks, we will be, broadcasting as much as we possibly can the information on this beach education. That's placement to schools in the UK. And let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, let the chips fall where they may. Yeah. My toes be in the sand.
Thanks for having us.
Ladies. The
Thank you
pleasure
so
is all
much.
ours.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. Stick and stay with us. We've omitted the BBC, but that's okay.